Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Silliman. Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University.
A program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You are watching
Silliman.
Hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining us tonight. And Ron, how are you? It's already the month of April.
Yes, ang bilis,
Ang
no?
bilis. April 1 is April Fool's Day, Ron.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's warm up our conversation muna, no?
Yeah.
Mamaya na yung guest natin. But because April Fools, parang they will prank you.
Yes.
Parang, have you tried na ba pranking someone on April Fool's Day?
I haven't. Yeah, I'm such a boring individual.
Okay.
No?
So, if you will be pranked, what are the things that you shouldn't be pranked? Parang a no-no for you when it comes to pranking.
When you passed, don't tell me that you died.
Okay.
Or
bitaw na.
don't joke about pregnancy, or don't do such things as rape jokes.
Yes, no.
Something
So
like
those
that.
are our
Those are not
reminders
jokes.
to our friends who are into this April Fool's celebration. But of course, one thing that is true for sure is your support us as you join us tonight. Wherever you are, again, maayong gabi, maayong udto, maayong buntag kaninyong tanan. And of course, we are inviting people tonight, Ron, that are very special because they are one of the highlights of the second semester celebration, the Mr. and Miss International. So we have invited the newly crowned Mr. International and Miss International. And Ron, why don't you introduce them?
Yes, it's truly a beautiful day, Josh. Being surrounded, being accompanied by not just beautiful but brilliant individuals. So allow me to introduce our Mr. Silliman International first, Mr. Renzo Almelor. And together with Renzo is the Miss Silliman International, all the way from France, Miss Chloé Martin. Hello and welcome to #Silliman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, they're so, Ron, they're so
Modest
reserved. Yeah,
and
thank you.
conservative.
Because
Yeah.
they're wearing their crowns.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us begin with Chloé first. Chloé, you're from France, right?
Yeah.
So can you greet our televiewers using your language? What is it French, right?
Yeah,
How
French.
do you say good evening in French?
Bonsoir.
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 Okay, bonsoir. How about good
Yeah.
morning?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. And good afternoon.
There's no good afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no afternoon in France. Just kidding.
Okay. So only good morning and good evening.
It's like
Bonsoir and bonjour.
Good morning and good afternoon is
One.
the same.
Okay.
It's bonjour.
Okay.
It's like good day.
Bonjour.
All right.
All right. How about you,
Renzo.
What country are you representing?
The USA.
The USA. So how do you say good afternoon?
I wonder, I think it's good afternoon. And I think good morning's good morning.
All right.
All right.
So thank you very much, guys, for sharing your time with us tonight. And first and foremost, congratulations, no,
Thank you,
for
thank you.
being our Mr. Silliman International and Miss Silliman International. So let us begin our conversation with this question, no? When the winners for that night were about to be announced, what was going on in your mind? What's one thing that you can remember? Let's start with Renz. Like the winner for the Mr. Silliman International title is, drum roll. What were the things in your mind?
I'm gonna back up a little bit. Even when they announced like second runner-up,
Okay.
I already had like a good feeling that I would be the winner. So when
Confident.
Yes, I like that.
so when the last two of us were called up, I was like, it has to be me. And then they called my name, and then I had to smile for like 20 minutes or something after that for all the
That must be
pictures.
exhausting.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. So he already has his inkling, Ron.
Were you nervous during that time?
Not really. Not really.
Not really. I like the confidence.
Yeah. You were just enjoying the night.
Enjoying, yes. I like the atmosphere that night was really fun.
How about Chloe?
I wasn't.
Top of your mind.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting to win because I messed up a bit during all the night. But it's okay, and I was happy to win.
Yeah.
It's a nice experience. I'm not used to participate to pageant in France, so I'm new, and I like it. It's a nice experience.
Now, how does it feel to be the Miss Silliman? Did something change after you had the crown, or it's still the same? Renzo.
For me, it still feels the same. I just had like that nice experience behind me, and it's like I met some people who were like I was able to befriend, and it was just an overall like pleasant experience. It wasn't more so. It didn't really feel like a competition that night. It more felt like friends coming together to showcase their talents and their advocacies and stuff like that.
All right, Chloe.
I think just the number of pictures that we
Yeah,
are asked
exactly.
to take
Exactly.
after, I
Yeah.
think like 3,000 pictures.
Welcome to the Philippines. Yeah, that's one thing that also, parang one way to immortalize our
Yeah.
memories. And of course, that's being Pinoy. Picture ng picture.
When you don't have anything else, you can just look at the picture and then
Yes.
the memory flashes back, and it's a good thing, and it's a special
Pero
feeling.
minsan nakakapagod din.
Yeah.
It's tiring sometimes.
3,000
Yes.
photos.
So, Chloe, you are from France.
Yeah.
So you are also you are an international student here. And before we go for the we go on record, I actually asked you when are you leaving, no? So
Yeah.
you mentioned that you'll be leaving by May.
By
Is that
May,
right?
yeah.
So when did you start here in the university?
I arrived in Silliman in August.
August 2023.
Yeah.
And then your program is ending this May
This May,
2024.
yeah.
Right. So if there's one thing that you will be bringing home and you are so eager and excited to share to your friends in France about the Philippine experience, Silliman experience, what would it be?
I think there is two things. First, it's the people that I met here, my friends. I hope I can see soon after this, even if it's really far. And also the landscape, the beach, the color of the water. We don't have this in France, and it's really nice. I enjoyed so much traveling in the Philippines.
Okay, so two things, no? People and
And
of
the
course the
place.
place.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, but this question goes for the two of you. When you first came to the Philippines, was there a culture shock? And can you tell us the specifics? Like, this is something that you usually don't do at home, and which you find peculiar? Renzo.
I think the thing that shocked me like immediately was like the use of Facebook and Messenger, because in the U.S. like it's sort of become like dated. But then when I moved here, I felt out of the loop for like a couple months because I was like, how is everyone communicating? And they're like, oh, it's like check your Messenger, and then I check my Messenger and there's all the things I've been missing.
I had to download
Right,
Facebook when
exactly.
I came here. I didn't have Facebook before coming to the Philippines.
Okay, so
What
that's
do you
one
have?
discovery, no?
Yeah. What do you have as a social networking site in your place?
Like
Just like Instagram and
IG.
Twitter. Yeah.
And like for
Yeah.
close friend, you will text them by Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's one thing. How about food?
Yeah.
What are the food that you really enjoy so much? Like humba. Have you tried humba?
Or have you
Ginamos,
eaten
bulat?
balut?
Yeah, balut.
Balut,
Okay. Chloe, food that comes to mind.
I like eating to the street food,
Yeah.
and it's really nice, like the lumpia, the calamares, tempura. I like this, but I have to admit that I'm starting to be really sick of the rice. Because
Yes.
I'm not used to eat rice every day, every meal, and here it's like a really big thing.
It's a staple.
true.
Yeah.
And I'm in a dorm, so it's even more rice
Rice.
every day.
In France, what is your carbohydrate source? I think it's more on bread or not?
It's very
Potato.
different. Every meal, yeah.
Okay.
So which one is your favorite?
In the Philippines,
Yeah.
I will say
Iba.
lumpia.
Lumpia.
Yeah.
Me too. When I go to parties, I also look for lumpia.
Lumpia.
Have you attended guys? Like parang
Fiesta.
fiesta, like a barangay fiesta?
Yes.
Where was this and how was your experience?
I think this was for Sinulog in Himalalud, which is like 2 hours north of here.
Yeah.
And you visited a friend or
Family.
Ah,
My family's from there.
Okay.
So,
How about you, Chloe?
I went last week to Kabankalan for a barangay fiesta. I was at my friend's house, and it was really nice.
Okay.
how was the experience? Like, if you can picture it out now, what did you do?
Eating,
Eating.
Yeah.
and eating during one weekend. We just ate.
Wow.
Wow, that's a dream, no? How about Renzo? How was it? It's like the fiesta also serves as a reunion for some of the
Right.
families here in the
Coming
Philippines.
together, family members.
Yeah. So how was it?
Very fun. Like Chloe said, lots of eating, lots of drinking, lots of dancing. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to the disco after the eating, Chloe, or you didn't get the chance to go to the?
No.
We call it baile,
Baile,
diba?
bailehan.
So it's like a disco thing.
Have
right
you been
after.
to a bailehan, Josh?
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
I'm there to just watch, but I don't dance.
Okay. I don't believe you.
All right, now we're just going to pause for a short break. And when we come back, let's talk about your obligations as the crowned Mr. Silliman International and Miss Silliman International. What are your duties and responsibilities that you need to accomplish in your reign? Friends, all of that and more when #Silliman returns. Please stay with us.
Silliman University, a place where every corner tells a story of dedication, growth, and excellence. But beyond our classrooms, our school has fostered a revolution against waste. Our story is a passionate call for environmental responsibility, directly tackling waste challenges often faced by big institutions. And this all began with a move in the right direction, the bold step to reinforce policies and firmly ban plastics in campus. This is the Silliman University Waste Management Success Story.
Here at Silliman University, we take a role as stewards of God's creation seriously. Thus, it was imperative for us to develop environment principles, policies, and guidelines.
Silliman University has published, after approval of the Board of Trustees, its guidelines, principles, and policies on environmental sustainability. And zero waste plastic or a plastic ban is part of that.
Taking care of the environment is not an easy task. It requires passion, commitment, resilience, and initiative. Change does not happen overnight, so we can only do so much. With Silliman University, students are expected to go beyond what's expected. And so, for every event that they organize, they are required to submit protocols and zero waste management plan before their events are given approval.
At Silliman University, our education transcends textbooks.
At Silliman, this isn't just a bag, it's a stance against disposable culture.
We're taught to be stewards of the earth. Every reusable bottle, every cloth bag, and every sustainable choice we make stems from a profound lesson that our actions, however small, shape our future.
So Silliman University as an educational institution is in a very unique position to be able to teach the students from early childhood all the way up to college these environmental principles to help them rethink their lifestyles and their consumption patterns to choose products that are kinder to the environment.
Silliman University operates a materials recovery facility wherein the Buildings and Grounds Department segregates the waste materials into 3 categories: recyclables, biodegradables, and residuals. The recyclable materials are processed and retained in the facility. Meanwhile, the residuals are collected by the Environmental and Natural Resources Office of Dumaguete and are deposited to the Bayawan City landfill.
Silliman University is living proof that our commitment is not only to education but also to protecting our planet and to our community. These principles, policies, and guidelines that our university has outlined, they're not only a set of rules and policies, they are a promise to our youth and to our planet. A promise that we should take care of our natural resources, our flora and our fauna here in our university as well. With this, we are encouraging the youth to take action and inflict positive change with regards to the different environmental pressing issues in our society today.
Our school is not only committing to a greener tomorrow, but also building a culture where environment is a priority. Through simple and collective actions, we strive for a greener, cleaner future for all, and most importantly, a hopeful today.
These are Silliman's ways of not only protecting our world, but also making it a better place. Here's to a responsible environmental behavior.
Welcome back. You are still watching #Silliman. Ron, we're still with our Mr. Silliman International and Miss Silliman International. All right, so quick question, guys. Can you still remember the question that you've answered during your Q&A portion? Can you still recall the question? Renzo, what was your question?
Yes, it was something like, what can young people do right now to help the environment, basically?
Yeah, and how did you answer it?
Well, what did I say?
Replay.
Yeah. I said something about being in marine bio now, like learning about the environment first off, and then spreading awareness, and then being involved in some like community work, like beach cleanups, and like our department is involved with like G Forest, which is in collaboration with G Cash, and like which like for every however many pesos, they plant trees. So,
I think this is the mangrove project.
Yes,
no?
yes.
How about you, Chloe? Can you still recall?
Yeah, she asked me, what I can suggest to Silliman to improve the respect of the environment inside the campus. So first I said that I find this really nice that the plastic is not allowed in the campus. And I told her that I think maybe they should restrict the accessibility to cars and motorbike inside the campus, because first there is a lot and it's create pollution. And second, sometimes I feel not really safe because the cars sometimes they go fast.
Yes.
They don't really pay attention to students.
Yeah. So that was your answer, no?
Yeah.
All right. So let's relate that, Ron, to their advocacies, because they have their advocacies, and I believe you also have your duties and responsibilities as reigning Mr. and Miss Silliman International. So Renz, is that your answer and your question? Was that aligned also with the advocacy that you're promoting?
Sort of. My advocacy was like sustainable living and like how you can reduce your carbon footprint on a personal level. So like reducing single-use plastics, like reducing your water use, eating sustainably, things like that.
Yeah. When you say eating sustainably, Renz, what do you mean by that?
So just being aware, like especially since in the Philippines we eat a lot of fish, like choosing maybe not salmon or like tuna fish that are like overfished, like diversifying your intake of.
I see. Because this species of fish might be, how would you call this one? Limited in terms of number, no? Ganun ba yun?
Yeah, because they used to be so abundant, and then since people like salmon and tuna, like they're always overfished.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Chloe?
So my advocacy was my family because I think that for love, you can do everything. So I said that for our families, our siblings, and maybe our future children, we have to conserve the environment, like the ocean, because I personally had so many good memories in the nature, at the beach, in the ocean, and I want the others to also have this feeling. So we need to protect the environment and the ocean for the others.
You know, Ron, it's my first time to hear that someone's advocacy is their family.
Yeah.
And I think that makes so much sense to me, you know? Because if you are fighting for your family centered on love, then you will have to make sure that you have to live sustainably for more generations to come.
So it must start with a basic unit of the society.
Correct.
Right. So aside from your advocacies, as Mr. and Miss Silliman, you are also ambassadors of goodwill. Right. So when you come back to your countries, how will you introduce Silliman University or describe Silliman University to them? Renzo.
First, I'll say it's this school in Dumaguete City, and they'll probably ask where that is, and I'll have to explain that to them. And then I'll say, I don't know, there's just such an identity to like being a Sillimanian.
What's
and like,
that identity?
I don't know.
Is it really that difficult to articulate? Or how was Silliman experience, by the way?
I feel like the sense of like school pride I feel here is so much more intense than it was like in the US. Like people are really proud to be Sillimanians.
Right.
And even past that, like they're proud of their department, and that was like most like I saw that the most this past intrams also. Like how much energy people pour into it. Like this isn't just school for them. It's like this is their life right now.
Wow, that's deep, Ron.
Because I think there is a sense in belongingness here
Yes.
in Silliman that's just different.
Silliman is their life, no?
Yeah.
Ganun.
So how about Chloe?
So I can say that I already promoted Silliman because some of the people of my school at home, they contacted me to have like information about here because they plan to come here next scholar year. So I told them that here it's very different than at home, but it's really nice. The people are really nice with me, I can say, and it's a really wonderful experience because you discover a new culture, new people, new landscape, a new place, a new language too. So it's really nice. I told them that they should come here to have an experience. For me, being in Silliman, it's an experience. It's not just going to school and like having a degree. It's really an experience because you have, for example, the intrams that I
Did you participate in
No.
the intrams?
I
As
was
a
watching.
cheerer.
Yeah,
You cheered for your college.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your college, by the way, Chloe?
CBA.
CBA.
And
Yeah.
yours?
I'm
So I'm pretty sure you had your share of cheering and all the banters and all the support, no? So I'm sure that as international students, it's not only a share of happy experiences. There's also some share of challenges along the way. And share to us, how did you cope with it? How the Silliman community helped you in coping with the challenges, either culturally, in terms of language, in terms of food adjustment, perhaps climate for you as well. So how was that?
Or emotionally,
Yeah.
homesickness.
Homesickness, probably.
So I think the big challenge that I had was the language because even if everyone know how to speak English, they will speak Bisaya because they are more comfortable with Bisaya. So sometimes it's really complicated, but I'm really glad that I found like friends that around me, they will always speak English. So I'm not like excluded. So, and the teachers are always nice with me. Like they try always to talk in English with all the class just because I'm here. So it's nice, even if I know that it can be like annoying for the others because they prefer to talk Bisaya.
How different is the education system here, Chloe, versus in France? Because I believe you're a second-year economics student. So can you paint us the picture in terms of the difference, you know, in France versus here in Silliman, Philippines?
The thing that surprised me is the time here.
Wow. Sige, let's talk about the time. Sige.
Like in France, for example, if I have class at 8 a.m., I have to be at my seat at 8 a.m. and the start will start at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Here,
Alright.
if the class starts at 8 a.m., I leave my dorm at 8 a.m.
Okay.
and the class will start at like 8:40, and everyone is okay with that.
Okay.
Alright.
So
Yeah.
that's one thing, no? When it comes to time.
Yeah.
So it's more lax
Yeah.
and okay. What else? How about in terms of with your classmates, teachers, the classroom, ganon?
It's in my school. We have class in amphitheater, like here. So it's really different than the class here. But I kind of prefer being in the classroom with like not a lot of people because you can ask more questions. I think it's better to have class like this.
Yeah, that's for sure, no? Because the interaction with your classmates also is more encouraged
Yeah.
than a big audience. So you have the time, you have your classmates, no? Do you have more? Want to share more?
About like the school.
Yes, the differences.
I like that here there is a lot of side activities, like for the intrams
Yeah.
or for example the CBA week, things like this, because in France we are really focused on studying.
Alright.
So it's nice that here I think they consider also that we are students, we are young, and we need other things than studying.
Right. You
Alright.
also need
Extracurricular
extracurricular
Yeah.
activities. How about you, Renz? What have been the challenges so far?
At first, it was like the amount of credit units like we have here versus in the US. So here it's like 20 plus, diba? And then in the US, it was like 12 is like the minimum. So you have maybe 3 or 4 classes in the week. So when I first moved here, I was like, why do I have PE? This is college, whatever. like stuff like that.
Did you try to answer your question?
Yeah, I've actually like changed my thought about it, like being forced to. Now I'm like, oh, I get to like run around and have fun like in the morning before I have to sit down in like a 3-hour lecture and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's one thing, the credit units, because the load, no? Subject
Right, the load, exactly.
It's much
Anything
fewer
else?
in the US, yeah.
Anything else? Challenges? Yeah, also the language, because like I'm Filipino, so people would approach me and speak Bisaya, and then I respond in English, and they're like, so then they have to like get over that. And I felt like that just put up a barrier. And also, like, I understand Bisaya, but in my department at IMS, like, a lot of people mostly speak Tagalog because people come here for the marine bio program. So that was also another challenge.
All right.
Have you learned the language, like the Filipino language, the Bisaya or the
Sample.
Tagalog?
Do you have sample?
Yeah. What words, particular words that you have learned so far while conversing with your Filipino
Hopefully they're
friends?
not bad words, right?
Yeah. I-censor. Go.
Say, Chloe,
Yeah,
do you have
Chloe, can you
learned?
recall?
Aside from lumpia and tempura.
I can say that I have the basic word
Okay.
like thank you,
Okay, so how do you
Yeah.
say thank you?
salamat.
Salamat.
Yeah,
What else?
like I know how to call people like kuya, ate,
Okay.
dai, things like this, like really simple thing. But sometimes, because it's been like 7 months that I'm here, sometimes I catch what people say.
Like,
But-
for example?
Like for example, we were at the beach and someone has to rent a bowl to the kiosk. And I understand it because it was really simple. And there is
Okay.
some words of Spanish inside. And I know how to talk Spanish a bit.
Okay.
So sometimes it helped me, but I'm not fluent. And I think by May, I won't be fluent in
Okay.
Bisaya.
That will be fun. But hopefully you have stored a lot of memories and experiences here in the Philippines and also in Silliman. And again, congratulations, guys, because I'm sure, according to Renz, the Mr. and Miss Silliman International was not really much more of competition, but it's like a friendly event for you all. I think that's something positive, no? So moving forward, as we close this episode, what are your plans? What are the forthcoming events that you have in mind to use your platforms now as crowned Mr. and Miss Silliman International?
I think my first plan is to enjoy my last 2 months.
Okay.
Here in the Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah.
How will you enjoy it? Do you have any itinerary? Or
Like traveling, going out with my friends, a bit of studying just to pass, and it will be okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Ren? Especially that you are more into sustainable living and you are in IM, so that's very much aligned.
You know, I can't say I have any plans of using like my platform as Mr. Silliman International, other than like using as a way like to get to know more people, like putting myself out there more so.
Okay. Okay, Rans and Chloe, we heard that this is the 75th year of Silliman University Student Services Department, and you are celebrating also the international, with the international community here in the Philippines. So why don't you invite everyone? Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, this month, this April, is the Diamond Year anniversary of the Student Services. So we're inviting all international students in the Philippines to come here to Silliman to celebrate with us.
All right, now, so to close our episode, okay, please teach us some French phrase.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I will teach you how to say come and enjoy Silliman.
Okay, come and enjoy Silliman in French. 3, 2, 1, go.
Viens et profite à Silliman.
Okay, slowly.
Viens.
Viens.
It's come.
Okay.
Et profite.
Et profite.
Yeah, it's okay. And enjoy Silliman.
And enjoy Silliman. So enjoy is also enjoy in
It's
French?
like viens et profite
Profite.
de Silliman.
Profit
De.
Silliman.
Come and fulfill.
Okay. All right. How about you, Renz?
Oh, what?
Do you
Say
know
it?
other language?
Yeah.
I know some Spanish.
Okay, Spanish. Okay, go.
Oh.
On the spot. Okay, in English na lang. Invite everyone to come in Silliman.
Hey guys, come on down to Silliman to celebrate the Diamond Year of Student Services.
Okay, yay! All right, thank you very much, Renz. Thank you so much, Chloe, for your sportsmanship. And thank you so much for sharing your time with us tonight.
Thank you.
We bid you all the best as you continue your reign as Mr. and Miss Silliman International. And all the best for this month of April in your celebration. I'm sure you will have a lot of picture takings, 3,000 more pictures. And we trust you that you will represent Silliman well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, to all our televiewers and followers online, daghan kayong salamat. And see you next week. To God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Daghang salamat for joining another episode. We invite you to like our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to like, react, comment, and share your favorite episodes. And we also have a YouTube channel. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. See you there.
And catch us at Phil Products Channel 6 every Monday at 8 p.m. Replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn by Vailoces-No.
And Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week only here on
Hashtag Silliman.
Boobs.